directory sites out there like wefollow.com. So you can go to wefollow.com and it just lists, it's sorted by tags. So you can go, show me all the celebrities on Twitter. Show me all the entrepreneurs on Twitter. You can submit yourself to this if you want to submit yourself to the web design category or whatever it is your business is. And so this is a fun way. Go ahead and follow celebrities. It's fun to see what they're doing sometimes. Yeah, go ahead and follow the news. I get most of my news updates through Twitter. So yeah, this is another site. By the way, I'm going to provide you a link at the end of this that you can go to, and I have all these listed out with the links to them, so you don't have to like try to remember this or anything, so you can just click around. So I'll give you that link at the end. Okay, so making Twitter easier. So you have 140 characters to post a Twitter message, and if you wanted to share a website, you know those websites sometimes are really long URLs, and that sometimes it might be 140 characters long, so you don't even have room to say anything. You can go to bit.ly is the website, so like .ly is instead of .com, and you paste the internet address, the web address right here, and you hit shorten, and it'll produce a small link that looks like this here. So when I shared this article on Twitter, I was like, oh, that's a really interesting article. I took it here, I pasted it in there and shortened it, and then posted this link to Twitter and said, hey, I really like this article. What's happened, though, is it's really cool because I can track all this. 8 people clicked on it when I posted it. Okay? And so what you'll do is you'll start to see, when I post pictures, a lot of people click on it. Okay, it seems like people that I'm following me are interested in photos. So I just go through this like crazy just to measure. If I'm working with a client and we're putting out Twitter updates, this was one way that I measure our success. Hey, we posted that on Twitter and we got 25 eyeballs on it. Okay, you know, better than 0. And some of these might say 0, and so when I post that kind of stuff, nobody cares. And so I'm going to stop posting that stuff. So this is a great, you can use this even if you're just, sometimes you're emailing a link to people and you don't want to have that really long, ugly URL, and you can paste that in here. Sometimes I'll use this just to, if I'm only sending it to one person, just to see if they actually clicked on it. I use this service like crazy. And 90% of the power Twitter users use Twitter on their phones, and so there's tons of iPhone applications. I think I've linked to the most popular one on this website that I'm going to give you. There's also one called Twitterberry. And so if you're going to use Twitter on the go, or if you're going to become that type of user, you're going to want to take it with you. I have a Twitter app for my phone that I have it all the time. TwitPic. This is a way to post pictures to Twitter. This is when that plane landed on the Hudson, the very first photo that was released was not from CNN or Fox News. It was from a guy with a cell phone on Twitter. And so this is kind of like citizen journalism at its top degree. Nationwide Insurance. I know the social media guy for them. Who cares about insurance on Twitter, right? But what they've done is they use Twitter to talk about their NASCAR sponsorships. They've got this expensive sponsorship, and so they have their folks on Twitter posting all these behind-the-scenes pictures at NASCAR events. So I'm sure a lot of you have an interesting business in some way, and the people that would follow you about your business would find some things interesting. So use it. Post behind-the-scenes pictures. Post interesting, funny things. Use this service because you'll find people will click on a picture, but it makes it just adds a little bit more interesting element to it. Okay, and this is a desktop application. So I use this instead of going to twitter.com and logging in. I use this. This is called Seismic. And so you create you go to this website, which I'll have linked on our site, and you download this to your desktop. And when you open this, you can see, it kind of takes it to the next level. Once you start using Twitter, you're going to want this. You can see all your messages here, all the people that you're following. You can see all your ad replies right here. You can see all your private messages. You can even pull in your Facebook messages. If I hovered over right there, I could reply to this person, I could direct message that person, I could create another column and say, I could do a search, show me only my brand name. and it's just another column. If you have like a widescreen monitor, you could have like 40 columns of just a crazy amount of information and be totally overwhelmed and never get a single thing done. But this just makes it a lot easier because I don't have to click around. If I wanted to shorten a link like I was just showing you, I can do it right in here. I don't have to go to bit.ly.com. I just do it right here. And so basically it takes all these different elements that I'm telling you to go and do and use and puts it all in one place. And so, you know, I would consider going to this. Another one is called TweetDeck. You can see it looks very similar. Your friends, your mentions, direct messages, Facebook, and then here I did a search for Michael Jackson. This was an old screen capture after Michael Jackson died. There's all kinds of stuff on Twitter going on. So you can do it, and this will update automatically. Another thing is I don't have to hit refresh on this. It automatically updates. And so I can just, you know, check in, check out, and see all the messages.